We'll call the meeting to order here in just a minute. We'll be live on YouTube in a second. Great to have you all here. Lots of excitement and energy. We're a few minutes behind waiting for folks, but we're just going to get started. Thank you. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Thank you. Yes, please. Housekeeping for recording in YouTube. If you can please have your phones on silent. Thank you very much. Are we live? Okay, great. Thank you. Well, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order at 2:38. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to College Council. I am John Parker, Vice President of Administrative Services. Filling in for Dr. Shabazz, our intrepid president, as well as Marciano, who is our acting president today, but they are in interviews. So I will be filling in as the de facto for this afternoon's meeting. College Council represents the highest level of authority on the campus. So if you ever have any items that you wish to forward to College Council to add to the meeting agenda, please reach out to your respective representative, or you may send it to President Shabazz or Angel, his executive assistant. Thank you. And we'll get started right into the first item, which is roll call. You'll meet the representatives, folks who are present. We do not have quorum today, our respective representatives for their constituencies. And Dr. Ricky Shabazz is obviously out. We have Mona, President-elect of Academic Senate. Here, look at over here. Don't you see you sitting over here? Tilly Chavez, Vice President of Instruction, who is in interviews currently. We're covering. Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So we have, is it a dual effort?
Yes, it's a dual effort.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. We have actually Anna and Masa, Jesus, sorry, who are sitting in representing for Tilly, Vice President of Instruction. Do we have representative for Robbie Ewell, Chair of Institute Technology Council? He's in interviews, I know, so he may be joining us here shortly. Cesar Gamapis, Information Officer.
Present.
Daniel Gonzalez, Supervisory Representative.
No, it's out.
Suna, President, Chair's Cabinet.
Present.
Susan Murray, Dean Effective Institutional Effectiveness, Co-Chair of City Planning. Okay, great. Thank you, Brittany, filling in. Dee Armstrong, Administrative Representative, is out. Diego Bathia, President, ASG, always represented.
Present.
Going to the game today?
No, just love them.
Representing, all right. Yours truly, John Parker, Vice President, Administrative Services, Marciano Perez, Vice President, Student Services, is in interviews. Sean Ryan, President, Classified Senate.
Present.
Maria Jose Zeladon Perez, President, Academic Senate.
She's
Out today. And that is the leadership for College Council.
I am serving as her proxy. Not that we have any votes, but.
Of course, have form but notice serving as her proxy. Thank you, Suna. On to item number 2, which is approval of March 19, 2024 meeting minutes, pages 3 through 7. We had an opportunity. If there are no further discussion, do we have a motion for approval of March 19 minutes?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. We have
Sean,
Suna.
second.
Sean, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstain? Well, we don't even have a quorum. So it doesn't matter, but it passes. Thank you for the approval of minutes. Item number 3, which I am happy to announce today, and we have a lot of our student representatives with us today. We had a and welcome,
Thank
Miss
you.
Dr. D. Armstrong. Thank you.
Family.
Noted for the minutes that D. Armstrong is present as representative for supervisory. Thank you, D. We've actually had a wonderful year this year. Many of you may recall, some of us had come out during convocation at the beginning of the fiscal year. We mentioned that we would support you in any way that we could, be it financially, being in the stands, out on the field, the court, you name it. And there are some athletes who are present today that we want to honor and provide with student success certificates. And present, I'm just going to mention those who are present today, which is our women's basketball team, our women's tennis team, and our present today is the men's basketball team and the men program as well. But I have their certificates, and we will be sharing those certificates with those respective groups. But first of all, just wanted to acknowledge our wonderful student athletes who make up the majority of all of our full-time students. We understand the rigors, the commitment, the coaches as well, the commitment from the coaches. I do see the requests. I do hear the stories, and I see them often as I do meander the fields and the courts, and many of you see me around campus and in the gym myself as I am a gym rat. But just wanted to, first of all, get a group picture, and two, just allow an opportunity, any of the coaches, if you just want to stand up and be acknowledged, or if you have something to say. Well, if you fit in with the students so well, we like our coaches to stand. Yes, please. And what we like to do is get a group photo as well. Anyone is welcome to join, but I'd like to do one. So, Caesar, where's the best place? Let's go right over here. Just in the corner here? Okay, all right, great. And I'm gonna grab one of these just to kind of hold. Bring your certificates as well, guys.
Tell first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab one here. I'll be right there. Hold on a second. Just gotta take the seat. I'm only close to Mrs. Strong, so I'm gonna stand. So you got
We applied for forgiveness, gave grants, and advisory students. That also reading the block grant at each spot. And we brought 17 students to Glendale, California for Gator Festival for the acting competition, held in Youngstown, and all in the final. Pretty awesome. The day was a semifinalist and Jerry officer.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wood chip in the area. Check that thing out. We as a little garden bed, like cement walls. The walls. Leaves.
I wasn't that lucky, I did the best we had, for candidates, we went 17 and 11. We made it to playoffs. Made it to the first round, a couple of short because of injury, but we had two athletes, and Alyssa that made our first team all conference. And Kusha. And Asante, Yajane, and Christina Boyd. I believe we made this is our third time in playoffs for one conference twice, and this is our best that setting.
We have our VP.
You guys did it.
I'd love to run the house.
Really, really proud of my work this year. I don't.
Over the year?
Oh, yeah, but I also have Benida. And high expectations, the girls are always doing it. Crazy thing.
In honor of Women's History Month last month, you just said, in essence, women are killing it at 6. Really representative as well, from our local chapter, City College. And Diego will have to say a couple words regarding.
Sure.
Give me what's hard. I want to call. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, amen. On these blackmail perspective and being able to go to education department. Many people that live like people that are in positions of power as well as just being very educated. Many of them were doctors, so seeing so many doctors in the room, like moved up with people that's like about times this right here that you see the amongst yourself, then just being in a room where you're sharing ideas, collaborating with each other, breaking bread, and just being able to have fun. It's very fun, as well as being able to wear a blazer for the first time, being in different settings. It's important. So, having opportunities like that.
About 14 people. You didn't mention the knowledge folder. Yeah, it's here and that.
So coming, going straight into Anaheim, California, we went into this competition called the Knowledge Bowl. And the Knowledge Bowl is where you take your knowledge about different subjects, focusing on the African American experience, and we're learning about Madam C.J. Walker, Madam C.J. Walker, Aretha Franklin, just all these women, Black women, to honor Women's History Month, as well as honor African Americans. And we play second.
Thank you for all of our activity posted. We agree to stick around, but you know, need to pick topics.
Oh, what, y'all are gonna stay for the meeting? I'm gonna skip it. And Steve's like, wait, I'm still. I'm gonna credit you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeremy.
Appreciate it.
You ever get lost in the town? Yeah.
Done it, done.
They'll tell you it's not. But then I think San Diego, that's really yeah, so yes. I kept dumping.
All right, how special is that? I mean, a lot of accolades this year from our, a good comment that the women are rocking and city women rock. Yes, they. Item number 4, these are action items for the April 16th meeting. Not for today, but just information for our next meeting that we'll be presenting for professional development spaces. Plans to include the transfer center, institutional effectiveness, Dreamers Resource Center, Parent Center, API Center, and a few other spaces. Some of them which I will be presenting and providing as well, in addition to the budget analysis and the timeline. I can tell you the timeline will be as soon as possible, but most of these will be over the summer and before convocation in fall. But we'll have more of the realistic timeline as they're working their way through the site improvement and approval and budget process. So this will be presented at the April 16th meeting as an action.
API one is just informational. It's being worked.
Yeah, you're right. So it has no. So thank you for that.
Can I provide just the name update? That so the addition to the plans for the professional development space is that we are going to pursue naming the space for our Professor Emeritus Ellis Salinas, who dedicated 30 years to providing professional development at City College. So we're going to be working on that addition to plan for that space.
Excellent, thank you. I'll also add a quick update on the transfer center. There is a wall between the transfer center and academic senate office space on the 3rd floor of the A building and the classified senate office space. I believe it's A301 and A305 too. The plan is to take out that wall and to expand the transfer center, open it up a little bit, and maybe if permits, floor space permits, add a smaller conference room to the western side where there is a current conference room in the ASG, a classified senate office space. So that's going through the approval process with district architect right now. The same thing actually for the professional learning center in the LRC. We walked that with district architect 2 weeks ago. And that is in the SI process to take out that wall in between. I mean, with the room, is it R114, 15?
Yes.
R114 and 15. In addition to adding a sink or a break room in R110. Yeah, 10, and some flooring and a seat to just convert that space into. Did you want to add? Parent center,
The plan for the parent center is we are working with, to put it on the second floor of the T building. But Tilly is working with the team, that it's gonna be, moving what is currently the break room in the T building to a different area. So we are working with the folks who commonly use that break room so that we can make sure that there is still a break room.
I'll ask for the APS Center to walk through with Jade while I'm on the site to us. We're going to get it going till be ready by July, August. We'll solve such. I think we're going to be sharing space on the corner with the MD's student study area on the first floor PT, so it's going to be some.
All right, great, thank you. Item number 5, updates on hiring from VPs. The number of hiring. The numbers are included here, but I notice it does not have the total. And I just want to check my numbers in case that's true. Yeah, so this is the total since fiscal year 22, starting July the 1st, 2020. So this is fiscal year 21-22 as of through today. So we have a total of 107 individuals that we hired. That's roughly 1/3. Well, these are through promotions and transfers and from part-time or dance to contract. So these are new position hires, 107. We have another 46, I believe, that are vacancies that we're 44 that we're hiring for now. So since then, out of the 107, 44 are classified, 34 faculty, 11 supervisors, and 18 are managers. What's not included on here is year-to-date. Year-to-date being as of July 1st, 2023. We have a total of 46. So almost half are just for this fiscal year. Of those 46, 20 are classified, 14 are faculty, 5 are management, 7 are spot. Okay. What's not included, actually, this is, do we have the attachment?
Yeah, page 8.
Page 8? Oh, thank you. Oh, good, thank you. And it's pretty much, what I'd like to highlight also in that top portion to the left, the new to city 25, adjunct to contract 24, dance to contract 18. So 42 of those individuals are hired from within, if you will, that went to permanent contract. In addition to 31 promotions, 1 class of faculty, and 8 who have transferred history. And you'll see on the lower right also the GF and the GFR. Any questions on any of these items? I think it shows our commitment, one, to hiring from within and to filling these vacancies and getting as much help and resources as we need. Me having come in a COVID environment, lacking a lot of these resources for a very long time. Its positions been frozen. We've just gone through the surge, and we've just been on a hiring spree ever since hiring the most people that we have in any period. 1 or 2 or 3 year period that I'm aware of in history of college.
Don, if I could just add, one of the things that I found interesting as we were doing some of the most recent hiring, several of the candidates in the final interviews all talked about having attended one of our info sessions, either the Abriendo las Puertas one for our Latinx folks, or the going to the Black meet and greet and the event, the Black networking event that we had. So folks have actually gone to different opportunities where they've been able to engage with folks here on our campus. to talk about their experience going through the hiring process. And they've talked about that during the interviews. And so it just, you know, we often wonder, like, is it working? And I would say that it's working. Like, people, like, they're listening to what we're saying, and they're really listening to that advice that many of you are giving them in terms of how to make that transition from adjunct to contract, or from Nance to contract. And all of those folks talk about having folks kind of mentor them about what it was like to get through the experience. And so I just found it fascinating that folks shared that, you know, during the process. So kudos to everybody who's taking part in any of those activities.
Yes, kudos indeed, and just thought one of the things you're speaking as well, that some of these positions we found to be very difficult to fill. We've had offers that were extended and accepted, and candidates that ghosted us. We have candidates ghosting interviews. We have failed searches. So for some of the key positions, it's taking a little longer than we're comfortable with and that we like, but must remain persistent in filling these positions because folks do need jobs. Just a matter of timing and getting the right full posting. So thank you to the hiring committees. Some I've been on a couple that have searches. I know it's not easy. We don't take it for granted. We're all busy. We'll continue to do our best to do these positions. 44, I believe. Item number 6.
Yep.
Update on faculty hiring prioritization list. Are you taking that, Marcel?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
So, thanks to this is page 9 of the attachments here. Thanks to the great work of the chairs by Suna here. This year we have deployed mixed method system for prioritizing the hiring positions. First, we rely on quantitative scoring based on various factors, including enrollment type of data, as well as you know, who has retired recently, so on and so on. Then you can see how ranking that does not necessarily reflect on the total scores. What we have done differently is to have the chairs use a qualitative method in the second round to see if the first list was reflective of institutional priority and project. And chairs have done a reconciliation process using no number information, more of qualitative contextual information. So the chairs have reproduced from the original list. This you see is a reconciled version here, and here is the list. And with this list and the prior agreement, moving on to next item, is that the instructional services requesting these 2 positions. One is the top position of librarian. You recall challenges with the 50% law and hiring instructional position across district. I believe the challenge was we are going with the past promise and would like to use the position from previous professional development coordinator, and to use a retirement position to hire the top of the list here. Position needed to have a strong public program inside of this. That's where we are.
Okay, thank you for that update. Memorandum here. Nothing to add.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it is. Thank you for that update. On to item number 8. Sorry, you know what, that was not intentional, because of my mind. Thank you. VP of Student Service. Item number 7, update on Latinx Student Success Retreat.
Well, first, let me apologize for joining late. I got caught up in a meeting that I could not get out of. So my apologies for being late. But a quick update on we had our Latinx Student Success Retreat on March 22nd. We had about 50 folks that showed up and had really robust discussion. I want to publicly thank Clarissa and Adon, who worked with Brittany on getting our equity data that we can share, our student success data, so that that really framed the conversations that folks had around what does Latinx student success look like at City, and then really had some robust conversations around our activities and how they tie into our equity plan. We walked away with a lot of great information. We walked away with some action items that included folks signing up to lead some activities for what our calendar of events for next year could look like. And so Adon and Clarissa are in the process of planning a part 2 of our retreat to bring folks back together to now that we have the list of activities, we understand how this ties into equity and how our equity plan has influenced some of these activities that we wanted to do. So now it's really a matter of sitting down and really mapping out how those activities are going to look, and then tying funding to all of those, some of our equity funding. So that'll be the part 2 that will come up. And our hope is to have that sometime before we leave in May. Our Black Student Success Retreat is happening on Friday, April 26th. It'll be here in the cafeteria as well, 9 to noon, and we'll follow a very similar structure in which we will look at our Black student success data, look at our equity plan, and then look at activities that we can tie into that, and then hopefully come away with an almost like the other one, a plan of what our next year is going to look like, and then back to talk about dollars to all of those. But really exciting work, and thank you to all of you who brought students to our group. We had, I think we had about 15 students who showed up to the forum or to the retreat, and they added some great insight and shared some wonderful stories about what it looked like, what student success looked like to them, and how they were impacted by some of the activities that we were doing. So more to come on that.
Thank you for that update. Any questions? Thorough update. Thank you very much. Item number 8. See it now. Welcome reception for Chancellor Smith on Tuesday, April 23rd. 8 patio, 1 to 2:30. The theme, Taco Tuesday. You know we love some tacos. So we're gonna have a taco truck, taco vendor for our recurrent theme throughout the year. Please plan on being there accordingly. Item number 9 is spring year-end events. I just wanted to clarify, Angel, if you could help me, is this the year-end deadlines rather than events?
No, it's just the spring year-end event. Okay. The last page.
I think that what got attached is the business services year-end closing, not
Yes.
the, yeah, so the dates of the year-end events, I don't think got attached. That's all.
It was on the.
Yes.
It was on the email, but not included in the package. Okay, I apologize.
My apologies for that.
This packet. For those of you who did receive it,
Here, if I can share it.
yes, we can share.
Very good.
And we won't read through them one by one. Please, at your leisure, go through these events. If you're expecting President Shabazz to attend any events, he needs ample notice, at least a month in advance. We're here in April now, so it's almost too late to do so. But last minute is going to be very tough because, as you know, he's booked 3 to 4 weeks out normally. But this time of the year is 4+ weeks out. And if he's expected to give a speech or an introduction, he needs to know that as well. But go through the list. If you have any questions, please forward them up to Angel. Requests we should have received by now, but there may be some outlines for the end of May. It's something that you.
I want to just tag on to that. He has moved into a direction if there are no event plans attached to these requests, he is not attending. So you
Yes.
have to be thorough and then put your event plan. We need at least a month's notice. He is booked out until July right now. I've squeezed in a lot of events, dealt with a lot of stuff. do remarks for 15 minutes. And we can ask questions. So please remember to put your, very adamant about having within the plan on your VP or your team.
Thank you very much for adding that. Well, since it is included, it's not agendized, please go through the year-end closing deadlines. I won't review them. Roxanne just sent out the third or fourth reminder today. There will be more forthcoming. Please, please, please read through them very thoroughly. The information will not change. In addition, please go through for budget managers, the PO exception reports. There are invoices that are 90+ days old, 100+ days old that we need to get paid at the end of the year. There's also a PO exception report. If there's not a match, a three-way match between the PO, the receiver, and the invoice, it goes on this exception report. The invoices need to be signed by the manager and dated okay to pay. The reason being is oftentimes we'll receive less than what we ordered. Sometimes we're invoiced for the whole thing, which means we're overpaying for what we received. So there has to be a match between those three items. Go through those reports. Any questions, please send to myself, Roxanne, or Business Services. Just wanted to add that real quick. Getting back to the agenda.
That's it.
Item number 10, adjourn. In good time, at 3:14, we are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
This might be a record.
I think this is the record. Yes.
Great
I like
job.
both of these.
Well, the Tilly's not here.
Yes. Are we done recording?